Hello, boys and girls. I'm Squiddy the Film-Squid, and I'm here today to talk to you about a movie called The Gift.
Excuse me, is your name Simon?
Yes, sir.
It is you.
Hi.
We went to school together.
This is my wife, Robin. This is, I didn't get your name.
Gordon Mosley. Gordo.
Gordo? Oh, my God. I'm so sorry I didn't recognize you. It's been a very, very long time.
Oh, it's that movie? Well, alright. I guess that's okay then. Oh boy. This film was written and directed and acted by Joel Edgerton, some dude with a goatee. Freaking Tom from The Great Gatsby and Uncle Lowen from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The film stars Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall. Currently has a 93% score on Rotten Tomatoes, if you give a shit about that. Because, I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it doesn't. Jason Bateman plays Simon, a seemingly genuine husband at the beginning of the movie, who's moved back home to California with his wife, whose name I don't even remember, from Chicago, to take a new job, start a family. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of backstory that doesn't even matter, kids. It doesn't matter. It's confusing. He's trying to get a new job so that in a year he can get a promotion when one of the twin brothers with beards retires and this other dude with blonde hair is gonna help him, or maybe he's the dude who's gonna retire? I don't even know. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't matter. Okay. But they're also moving home because the wife is recovering from a failed career with, like, designing stuff and did a pill addiction and a miscarriage. A miscarriage. It's this clunky backstory being given to the audience through exposition does not make for interesting characters. It doesn't. Kids, it doesn't. Okay, alright. Tangent over. So Simon and his wife moved back to California because California is nice and hot and has palm trees. And in literally the first day of them being back in California, and like the very first scene in the movie, Simon and his wife run into Gordon something, or Gordo, is a childhood acquaintance from Simon's past. And oh shit, I guess, well, Simon was not nice to him maybe when they were little? Well, no, not maybe. Simon wasn't nice to him when they were little. And, see, that's supposed to be shocking. That's supposed to be a big deal, kids. But it isn't. Everybody was mean to people, and people being mean to them when they were little. Kids, that's life, and life is scary. Right? Okay. So anyway, they meet Simon, and Simon meets Gordo, and we meet the wife, and they all meet each other, and Simon doesn't like Gordo and thinks he's weird, and Gordo's well-meaning but creepy, and against his wife's wishes, Simon tells Gordo to stay away because he's been given gifts and fish and showing up and fixing the cable and hanging out with the wife, and Simon is insecure and maybe he's trying to compensate for something, you know what I'm saying, But kids, the thing you need to keep in mind is that this is really just a morality piece. This fucking movie is trying to teach me a lesson. Who the fuck does it think it is? Jesus? Because that's what The Gift is. A morality play, masquerading as a psychological thriller.
You think he's been lying to you?
Just tell me what happened.
It's 25 years ago.
I have no idea who you really are.
Simon says, new house. Simon says, beautiful wife.
It's It's not a very clever one at that. And when a Film-Squid, Squidey is telling you that, I mean, that's saying something, isn't it? And I don't care how many 93 tomato percents rotten you have. Well, anyway, don't worry about what I've done, because it doesn't even really matter. This movie sucks. Don't get me wrong, the genres of horror and suspense have long employed morality tropes. The slasher films of the 80s, like Friday the 13th, in many ways was loosely veiled parables of morality. The wicked got punished. And by punished, I mean brutally murdered and stabbed. Even the recent films, like Unfriended, is trying to teach an anti-bullying message, and it follows is, well, telling you to wear a condom when you have sex, or a demon will follow you around.
Demon!
A sex demon, a vagina monster. Wear a condom. Have a brain. Even I have a brain. Brain! This isn't something new, am I right? Bad people die in horror movies. We all know this. In a psychological thriller, bad people get mind fucked through the film's attempts to teach a karmic lesson. This is not new, people. Simon! So we should probably just call Jason Bateman at this point, or Michael Bluth. Simon is shown to be increasingly more and more of an asshole until the audience almost finds themselves salivating at the thought of him getting his comeuppance. And I guess that's the point. Anyone familiar with Bateman's performance will see this coming from a mile away. This is not character growth. This is not him being a good actor. This is him doing the same shit again and again and again. In many ways, the character of Simon is just a bearded Michael Bluth set to 11. With this said, the audience is not made to relate to Gordo either. Gordo's the bad guy. He's the creepy guy who follows them around for most of the movie, and you're like, oh god, what the fuck is this guy? Leave me alone, creeper. Stop knocking on my door. Stop it. The audience might be able to initially sympathize with the horrible truth of his and Simon's shared past and how Simon's a bully and Gordo's a victim. But what's suggested in the film's third act reveal, complete with amateur video of a home invasion by a man in a monkey mask, leaves Gordo a character the audience still despises. The twist, the big shocker, the thing that people are going to be questioning and talking about, and the reason they think this might be a good movie and they're giving it such praise, the fact that, I mean, did the monkey man rape the wife? Or did he not, and just roofie her and fondle her and videotape it? And I mean, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Nobody fucking cares. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make him a good guy. The wife is still a victim, still a baby. Nothing has changed. So it doesn't matter. So the thing he wants you to think about is stupid.
I believe that the bad things in life, they can be a gift.
And that's what it really seems the writer, director, actor, Joel Edgerton's goal with the film's opening and the ending is. Gordo says that sometimes something terrible can actually be a gift.
I believe that the bad things in life, they can be a gift.
Sometimes something terrible can actually be a gift. And in essence, the wife, I guess, has been saved in some twisted way from her empty marriage to a narcissistic bully. Yeah. What kind of message is that? Sometimes being roofied and raped and impregnated by a creeper with a goatee and a monkey mask can be a gift? Sometimes it can be a gift? Now there's suspension of disbelief in movies, but there's no way in fucking hell this baby is a gift to fucking anyone! Fuck you, Joel Edgerton! So then, we would assume the wife is the protagonist. I don't remember her name. But that's okay, kids. Sometimes a nameless protagonist can be a good thing. Sometimes a nameless protagonist is how you relate to the films. And the wife being the protagonist would make the most sense. She gets the most screen time and is most involved in uncovering the past between Gordo and her husband Simon. However, she's little more than a prop. The wife is something in the script that things happen to advance the plot. She doesn't have a personality. She barely talks throughout the movie. Characters discuss who she could be and who she used to be, but there's no real sense of who she actually is. She's just a zombie who sleepwalks through the various set pieces of this movie. And she is an idiot. She is an idiot who thinks she can see who's at the front door from inside the bathroom shower by wiping the fog away from the glass. Some people might make the argument that she is a blank slate or neutral mask into which the audience will place themselves. However, because she's this pill addict, she's so drugged and numb for the majority of the film that any emotional transference on the audience's part is beyond difficult. And all anyone is left with is, I better be nice to people. And that's a fine message. But that's nothing new or groundbreaking. Let's not pretend this is anything more than a halfway decent suspense film. And that's probably giving it too much credit. Credit. This is not a film that will stand the test of time. It won't leave anyone itching for a repeated viewing. And anyone tricked into viewing it for a second time is going to be bored out of their fucking minds. So, the gift was okay. Alright, it was alright. It sucked, but it was alright. And that's alright. The gift was alright, and that's alright. It's by no means a terrible film, in my opinion. Just kind of dumb. When you think about it. But, compared to the recent big studio ventures into the suspense genre, it kind of stands out among an overwhelming majority of cheap audience exploitation involving jump scares. There are 2 jump scares in The Gift, and they are earned. However, the ability to instill a few emotional payoffs, while it may seem a great feat recently due to all the shit flicks, is not really all that impressive. It's not really all that impressive. That's what they're supposed to do. That's the movies why we go to them. So they make us feel things. Joel Edgerton has some promise as a new director, I guess. I don't know, it's too early to say. This is his first feature length. As a first film, it's a solid entry. It does feel like a concept very personal to the director. Like maybe he was picked on and someone made up a story about him being molested and he was mad the rest of his life at those popular kids or something. So I'd be interested to see what future projects of his might be. I'll follow the career of this filmmaker cautiously. We've all been burned by the Shyamalans and their 6 senses of Hollywood in the past to know better than to be like, oh god, this guy's great, because he isn't. And if the next movie has a monkey mask wearing guy raping people, well, then I'll know that this is all he's got.
With this, It Follows, and a few other standout small budget but high concept and quality films, Hollywood seems to be listening to different people and letting different.
But, at the same time, this is really not a new idea. This is just a bunch of old tropes repackaged. I find myself cautious to talk of signs of the changing of the guard in Hollywood and the salvation of movies everywhere. Storytelling and performances still take a back seat to formula and safe studio decisions. And just go and look at Marvel. If anybody wants to tell me that those The fucking studio isn't calling the shots with that, you fucking idiots. Because, I mean, everything that goes out there, the directors, those aren't their movies. The studios, movies, and Marvel has a plan, and it's Disney. And Disney knows what they're doing. Marvel has a plan. The directors don't matter.
They say action. The movie gets made. If they don't do it, we'll find somebody else who will.
Anyway, in closing, I'll say this. The Gift is by no means the savior of a genre that it has been heralded to be. If anything, it's simply a step in a better direction, and even that is too soon to tell. But God damn it, you could skip this movie if you want. Give it a 6 out of 10, a 6.5 out of 10, or 6 point... Just don't even bother. Don't. Wow. Anyway, this has been Squiddy the Film-Squid, talking to you about movies. Okay, kids, go outside and play. Bye-bye! Who the fuck gives a shit about Rotten Tomatoes? God damn it, kids.